The goal of the project is not to produce art. We're honoring experience over product. My name is Lauren Hansen. I am the artistic director of Samba Fogo, community builder through Samba. I just fell deeply in love with Samba and with Afro-Brazilian art forms as well, music and dance, so that's kind of been my journey. And what I've come to learn through Afro-Brazilian dance is that my power is in the center of my body. There's not so much emphasis on, okay, we're all gonna make a shape together. It's more, we're all gonna feel a feeling together. And if you feel, anger and I feel happiness, that's all good. It can all come out in this space. It provided me some freedom and also some meaning. This stuff means something. Every little gesture, everything is very symbolic, and we're working with symbols in motion. I got a gig in Boulder, Utah. Oh, we need a Samba dancer. Went out there to, this most beautiful place. I was just struck by the beauty. I had never been there. And it occurred to me that, I will go anywhere for Samba. I will do anything for Samba. But for myself, I don't go to these places. And it just kind of hit me like a lightning bolt, like, oh, you've abandoned yourself. You've abandoned your body and you've abused your body through dance. You really need to just go to the water and go to the earth and go get your hands dirty and dance with these living beings. That was the message, and it was relentless. We do feel powerful together when we drum and dance together. How do we actually harness that power and use it to help the earth that is suffering? So I started a new dance project called Return Dance Planting Project. It was born out of a personal need and longing to connect with the land. I basically found myself spending half my time planting and half my time dancing. And when we plant, to me, there's a certain rhythm and repetition of movements. What if we study the steps of planting a tree and the movements that go into planting a tree, and we choreograph those movements on dancers and we set it to live music? When I went to build this project, I looked to my dance community. Fuji has been a really long-time friend of mine. We were studying Samba and Afro-Brazilian dance like 20 years ago together.
We have worked together as friends and as artists, and just recently we found another common passion, that's climate justice.
Another dancer is Reina Wiles. She is also part of Samba Fogo.
I think the wonderful thing about this project for all of us is that it means something a little bit different to each of us.
Claire is also a longtime Samba Fogo dancer.
Return project because it is mostly just nature. I think all of us can have this connection. It has this universal sort of spirituality that we can all come to. It belongs to all of us in some way.
And Mallory Howard is another of the dancers. We have a very long, loving dance relationship that is multifaceted. That girl gets out into the wilderness more than anyone I know. And she was really inspiring me and probably helped to inspire the project, if I'm honest.
The Return Dance Project is a dance company that's focused on raising awareness and trying to encourage people to move toward earth-centered ways of doing and knowing.
There's a specific technique that I study within Afro-Brazilian dance, which is called Silvestre technique. And it was developed by my teacher, Rosangela Silvestre. And we really work a lot with and talk a lot about the four elements and how to embody these four elements.
My name is Rosangela Silvestre, and I'm connected with the messages of many things that we can do in life through the movement.
Body point to the directions, and I stretch my legs beautifully with that. I inhale, exhale, bend my knees with appreciation.
And that's why when we are moving together, breathing together, the message becomes one message for all of us.
It was when I met Rosangela, she kind of opened up my eyes about why we dance in this world.
I've lived a very loud life for 15 or 20 years now, running this samba group. Samba is very loud, very colorful. 2020, the pandemic hit. I found myself in isolation, and everything got very quiet. The choreography being centered around four, that's when that all came out through meditation and through quiet time with myself. The four elements, the four directions, the four ways of knowing: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional selves. The choreography that came out was about these four sisters that represent the four elements and the four directions. They're sort of sent on this journey by their mother, and the mother is Rosangela, and perhaps she represents Mother Earth. There's a lot of interaction with ancestors in the Afro-Brazilian dance tradition, and so I'm really referencing ancestral wisdom and returning to these ways that, we used to know.
And that's the ancestral, in every traditional presence of movement. Tell us, the message can make you strong. You can dance your strength. From the front, boom, gestures that symbolize vum, tatumbeba, zeda, tete, paenda, vum. Ancestral message. That's make you feel this air. The arm is going boom, and you go.
I'm really used to bringing my teachers here to be with me, to make art together, and I really just needed to pull her in to show her this whole new thing that was kind of being birthed inside me, and to get her guidance. She's facilitated my journey of return and continues to do so. What Rosangela does for me is just connects me to myself and makes me a bolder person, more grounded person. I thought, when we get to each new place, this is a new sacred space, and we need a second to acknowledge the place and to connect ourselves and our bodies to this place before it's 5, 6, 7, 8, go.
In the way, in the way, Elinda in the way, in the way, Elinda in the way, in the way.
We kind of consider her the godmother of our group, and it was really nice to have her there to kind of ground us daily, or before we're being filmed, because that can be a little nerve-wracking. And I think having her there to kind of remind us of what it is that we're doing, what is the mission of everything.
So much of her teaching and her outlook and her philosophy is about this. It's about nature.
It's so much what Rosangela brings to the work, but it still sometimes catches me by surprise is this element of discovery.
Start with your feet, doing many things that you sense that your feet want to do now, and you use it in experience how I can explore different space here, different material. I can use my leg. No, woo! Look at that. Woo! That's good. Woo, man! Wow.
And sometimes she'll say something or I'll do something that, a move that I've done so many times, and I'll just be like, oh.
I just allow it, and not thinking, or a way to connect it to what it is that guide all of us. I invited, we all get it together to listen, sense what is guide me to. If something guides us, right? It can be vibration, can be your memory, can be harmony, can be many things. Very simple, but also with a lot of significance.
we've all been shown the way that Rosangela can kind of help us find our spirits and find like why to dance.
Communication of possibilities. Like feel like your fingers, draw the circle on the ground. It's the circle that you want to bring the experience of the universe right here, right now to you. Then you bring the arms up and empower your verticality. And your finger point up again. And you flex the hands and open. And gaze at the sky. Look at this beautiful sky. Bring it, the gesture of the element earth, beautifully. The gesture of the element water. The element air. Open cross to the light and bend your knees. Give light to your body and rise with the element fire. Attention. Beautiful. Wow. I want to take out this tree to come with me. Zap. Dip. Negotiate with the obstacles. Tuarawa.
It really is about what we're going to experience, even maybe before the camera gets turned on, and then how to stay in that zone when the camera's right in your face. That can be a really hard thing. That is a huge challenge to like take spirit onto the stage or take spirit and get it captured on a camera. It can disappear really quickly. So I brought in this woman who has helped us find our spirits through dance. She calls them from 4 directions and they come meet in this canyon. Then their mother sends them on this mission, this journey. So they're to go to these places, connect with these elements, connect with their sisters, acknowledge that we're dancing on sacred stolen land as part of this project.
So the 4 elements that we work with are earth, fire, air, and water. So I think that every location is like representative of an element, but there's also this interesting juxtaposition where we're going to a lot of landscapes that are currently suffering. There's like this duality that's present everywhere.
So I have to talk about what happened yesterday because I expected there to be tears, but I didn't expect it to be quite that. And I was even holding back. The first time I worked with you folks, I was pregnant then too, in the first film, in the water, doing a similar thing. And that go at it wasn't meant to be. So here was another chance for me to be here to do that. What happened was I realized how everybody in this group was holding this space for me and recognizing things that I had not even recognized in myself, demonstrated a kind of support and love that it's an outpouring that you don't see every day. And it's a beautiful expression, and I think that was part of it.
I think something that I thought about a lot with having Reina there, because she was pregnant, and was the sort of idea of like us bringing this energy to a new human, and like what kind of energy can we bring her into the world with.
It was a return back to that part of my life and the things that happened after that were sad, but that I had moved past. So return for me feels more like a cycle of going back to the things that you need to revisit, or that you might be looking to heal, or you might not even know that you need to have healed in a certain way.
These are moments that come up a lot in Afro-Brazilian dance because it's a work of feeling and sensing. We experience magic all the time, honestly, and feel those, all the time. So we know that it's something we can access. And then for me personally, I know that's especially strong if I get out of these 4 walls and go to nature. That magic and that energy and those connections can be amplified, certainly. We really, as humans, have abandoned the earth in so many ways and live in disconnection and dance in disconnection. The four sisters, there's a sort of a choice to make. They give up on themselves and they turn away from their mother and they turn away from each other. They make this journey, they walk for a long way, and they walk with this bowl of earth or fire or water, and it's kind of to represent, what if this was the last water on earth, or the last seeds are in this woman's hands. And then they finally re-encounter each other. And in my mind, it's as if they left the globe in four directions here and walked all the way around the globe, and they met down here. A big inspiration for this work is a book called Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, and there are a lot of other indigenous artists who talk about this time right now. People refer to it as the time of the seventh fire, and this time when we're going to have to make a choice to protect or to abandon.
Even when we talk a lot about the environment, we don't talk about how connected we are to it, and the way that things dying and disappearing also impacts us on a deep kind of spiritual level. Some of the things that I'd heard Lauren say about her thinking about this project and about the fire element was bringing this idea of the destruction, right? This like environmental degradation that we're seeing. I was also thinking a lot about, well, fire has this destructive element, it's also very much a renewal. This kind of idea of the phoenix and like what happens when you just like burn everything to the ground, and what does that allow us to do? What can we discover about ourselves when we're not kind of clinging to what we know? There are certain pine cones, right, that they only open in extreme heat of a fire that actually allows new things to grow.
At the end of the film, you'll see them, and they're on this completely barren landscape where everything has died. They take the earth, they plant the seed, they water it, and then they lift a flame, a torch. Well, in a lot of traditions, fire comes to represent ancestral knowledge. And it's interesting because in Portuguese, the word for flame is chama, and the word for call is also chama. This torch is a call toward change. Also, calling back to the ancestors who are watching us.
I also think in an abstract way, we artists, we try to heal the world and help, but what about like actually picking up a shovel and, dancing with our feet on the earth and our hands in the soil?
Return Project is a calling out to my senses to return to me.
It's returning to the connection of the energy of your surroundings, this beautiful world, and returning to the respect and reverence and the celebration and all the beautiful things.
We forget how important and how healing it can be to connect with each other as a community, to connect with ourselves, to connect with all of the elements around us. I think to understand how much praise matters for these elements. Life can't exist without them.
Samba is actually called samba no pé, which is samba in the foot. In old style samba, we dance on the floor, on the earth. We acknowledge that when we dance, we are talking with the land and we are speaking with our ancestors. And there's this concept that the ancestors can speak to us through the bottoms of our feet. If I watch my teacher's feet, there is something so special about the way that they are connecting their foot to the floor, and it's because there's all this story and symbolism about how they're dancing on the hands of their ancestors. This project is about returning the foot to the earth, and if we are speaking with the land and speaking with our ancestors when we dance, and our ancestors live in the earth, I have a need to return my bare foot to the earth. Because if I'm going to continue this study and this engagement of my ancestors through my body, I want to do it outside where they live.